Hey everyone, welcome back to my HopeClan Speedpaint series. I hope you're all doing well. Since last time, actually a lot has happened in HopeClan just for like the first year, like a surprising amount. I'll get into it, but first I'll just give a general overview of what happened before going into specific details on different cats. So we already have a few pairs of mates, like for example right here, Hope Star and Deep Speckle have become mates, and I'll get more into their dynamics soon, but I really like them, they're adorable. And Gale Stem has found a mate in a new cat that was accepted called Tabitha Flake. You'll also see more of them later, but yeah, and then there's like a lot of new friendships, like Tanglefeather and Maple Burrow are becoming pretty good friends. Yeah, everyone's getting along really well, and I'm really happy. There is one thing that's a little concerning, and that's this cat right here, the gray one, Patchberry. I'll talk more in depth about him in a little bit, but I'm scared he's gonna, be... Sorry if you hear any, sighing or sniffling or panting or anything. That's... my dogs are right next to me. But as I was saying, Patchberry is a recently accepted, former loner into the clan. I'll get more into, I'll get more into detail about him later, but I think he's gonna be pretty interesting to have in the clan, because he's bloodthirsty, and yeah, you'll just see. I'll just show him later, but yeah. Here you can see I tried to make all their heights, pretty consistent. I want to keep them the same relatives' heights, just because I think that's fun and it adds a little bit of realism and more character to them. And as you can see right here, I couldn't fit the entire clan on one page anymore, so we get two separate pages of HopeClan cats, and I think that's pretty cool, even if the second one is way smaller. I'm excited to grow it into possibly even more pages, maybe even 3 or 4. I think that would be cool, but I don't want it to get too big because I still want to give all these cats specific personalities and stuff, and I want to flesh them all out as much as I can, and that's gonna be way harder with a clan made out of 100 cats. So yeah, I've kind of played ahead a little bit. I'm on I believe I'm starting year 3 right now. So some stuff has happened. I won't get into it. I'm not going to spoil it. I'll leave that for the next video. But I've started rejecting cats. I haven't rejected all of them. I look to see who's on the patrol, and if I think that they would chase off the cat, I'll have them chase off the cat. If I think they'd try to get them to join, I'll let them join, or if I think they just avoid them, I'll avoid them. It all depends on personality, and I think that's really fun. It's a fun way to flesh them out. And yeah, it sucks that we don't get as many cats as we could, but that's kind of a blessing in disguise. Like I said earlier, I don't want to have a clan of a bajillion cats and have none of them have fleshed out storylines or arcs or anything like that. So yeah, I feel like the queen of the forest or something, because I'm in the living room right now. One of my cats is on my lap, the other one is pressed up against me on my side, and then one of my dogs is curled up and next to me, and then the next other one's a few feet away. I have a lot of pets, if you couldn't tell already. And one of them's standing up and she's leaving me. Goodbye, Cupcake, I love you. Anyways, as you can see, we have one death, but you're not going to recognize her. I'll get more into detail about her later. Now with that super long and rambly intro out of the way, I'm going to start going over the clan cats, or the living cats, and that's going to start with our leader, Hope Star. She's had a really good year so far. The clan is thriving, and she has found a mate in Deep Speckle, who has also come out as non-binary, so those two are really happy and adorable, and I love them so much. Deep Speckle is kind of grumpy, while Hope Star is super, bubbly, and, she really likes, hugging and cuddling, and she likes physical contact. That's kind of her love language, but Deep Speckle is not not as much into physical contact, at least not in public. So they get kind of a little embarrassed when Hopestar goes to like hug them out in the middle of camp, but they don't like to admit it, but they're like possibly even more in love with Hopestar than Hopestar is with them. It's just really cute. Next are Tanglefeather and Mapleboro. They haven't really been like, there hasn't been anything that's happened majorly in either of their lives, but I've noticed they've become like pretty close. Like they're pretty good friends. I think that's really sweet. Like Deputy and Medicine Cat being besties, that's really cool. These next two you aren't going to recognize, and that's because they are new additions to the clan. Both of them have been accepted as loners, as former loners. There's Iris Fur, who's just like this loving, sweet, fluffy, almost kind of like grandma or auntie character. And then there's Patchberry, who's just kind of like this angry, like bloodthirsty, possibly evil little man, and she's the only one who really like is able to put up with them, and she's just always trying to like calm him down as he's super jealous of Galestem, because Galestem, as you'll see in a little bit, has like a family and is respected in the clan, and that's all he wants, Patchberry wants, is to be as successful and popular in the clan as Galestem and have like a mate and family and stuff. And Iris Fur is just there like, it's okay, calm down, and he's like, I'm going to kill him one day. And I don't think she really takes him seriously, but who knows, maybe she should be taking him more seriously, like maybe he is actually a bit of a threat. I don't know, that'll be up to future events to decide. Next up is the reason for Patchberry's jealousy, or the victim of his jealousy, is Galestem, who has recently become mates with Tabitha Flake, who's a former kitty pet who joined the clan. These two are just really sweet. I think of them as like the couple of the clan. Like whenever, like, yeah, there's Deep Speckle and Hopestar, but like these two are like the most lovey-dovey in public, because like Deep Speckle doesn't like public affection. It embarrasses them, but these two are just like all over each other all the time, and it's kind of gross, but it's overall sweet, and I think cats put up with it because it gives them hope for like the clan, and like they'll like have kids and be able to continue on, and like it's just like, it's kind of gross, but it's also like just this nice little beam of hope, I guess, if that makes sense. And then last up we have the siblings Heron Whisker and now Boulder Clouds. Boulder Kit became an apprentice with the mentor of Deep Speckle. She went through kind of an edgy phase where she was cold in like apprenticeship, but now she's kind of come out of her shell a little bit more. Her and Heron Whisker are still very much siblings. She likes to tease him and make fun of him to try and get on his nerves, and he likes to just like act cool and brush her off to like rile her up, because he thinks her trying to make fun of him is funny. They're very much siblings, but they're cute. I love them. And now we're on to the second page. First up we have Cougar Spot and Sandy Larch. These two are really good friends. Despite Boulder Clouds and Sandy Larch being closer in age, being the same age, Sandy Larch and Cougar Spot are actually the best friends of the three. So Cougar Spot really came out of his shell more and was more charismatic and talkative as an apprentice, and his mentor was Hopestar, and her altruism kind of rubbed off on him, and he grew into a pretty empathetic warrior with a strong connection to StarClan, as he had occasionally his father, mother, or sister had visited him in his dreams. As for Sandy Larch, as an older kit and young apprentice, she was kind of frustrated with her disability, because even though she was still just as skilled as anyone else, it was kind of like they were struggling to find a way to teach her, because she was their first ever, blind apprentice. And so she was apprenticed to Tanglefeather, who, if you recall, is also half blind, and thankfully Tanglefeather is a very good teacher, and he was able to pretty quickly find a way to teach Sandy Larch, where she was going just on pace with the rest of the apprentices. And because of this, she became a fantastic teacher as a warrior and really grew more into her fur, and she's righteous now. She's very sweet. I like them a lot. They're like besties. Next is another new member, a former loner queen named Blue Cry, who's very calm and like, just very chill, and she has her daughter with her Furs kit, who's, like, quite nervous and timid. There's not much to say about these two. Blue Cry joined with Furs Kit when she was, like, a newborn, I think, and they've been settling in pretty well. Furs Kit is pretty good friends with the other kits, who I'm about to get to in just a moment. Finally, last up is Crouch Fern and her 3 kits. Curlew Kit, Kestrel Kit, and Locust Kit. In-game, they are technically biologically related to her because she had them and, like, the father is or the other parent is unknown, but in here, I'm just gonna say that they were found and she decided to take them in because she's always wanted, you know, more kits ever since Scorchfoot died and Cougar Spot grew up. She loves them just as much as she loves her, like, biological kits, however. Curlew Kit is, like, a little mini-me of Crouch Fern. She's quite attention-seeking and really looks up to her mother and tries to be just like her and spends all of her time with, like, the warriors and her mother and the older cats because she wants to be cool and just like them. Locust Kit and Kestrel Kit, meanwhile, are, like, very close with each other. Kestrel Kit is pretty charming and watches out for his more, like, I don't want to say airheaded, but more, like, easily distracted, like, kind of hippie-ish sister Locust Kit, if that makes sense. As you can see, we have one more member of StarClan, a she-cat named Tiny Leaves. Now, you probably don't recognize her. That's because she was a loner who joined, and then only 2 moons later, she went missing, and a few days after that, her body was found. And after an autopsy, I guess, no cause of death could really be determined, so her death is still surrounded in mystery. So that wraps it up for year 1. Apologies, it was kind of messy. This is my first go at, like, an entire year's recap, so I'm still learning. There are a few things that I wanted to mention but forgot to mention, like the couple's, like, love stories, more about, like, the apprenticeships and friendships, but I'll try to remember to go more into detail with those next time and in the future. Maybe I'll make, like, a bonus video, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm really blown away by the support for the series. I was not expecting it. Thank you so much. Goodbye.